Welcome back to Green Thumb Gardening Secrets. Today we're going to talk about how cover crops fit into a larger perspective on plant health that takes cues from nature, and how that perspective can help anyone, as it helped me do something I never thought I'd do. Can't wait to get started. Let's get going. But why grow them? There are at least 20 terrific reasons to grow cover crops, and all are super important. But today, we're going to take a peek at the bigger picture by exploring the premise that underlies each of those reasons and the decision to grow them in the first place. The underlying premise of all of this, and it's what underlies each Green Thumb gardening secret, and I think all great gardening wisdom. Instead of working against nature, work with it. It has billions of microbes hungry to turn organic matter into the perfect nutrients for our plants, and soil into a living sponge filled with humus, glomalin, large aggregates, and even larger pores, ample water, and all the other goodness our plants need. It has dozens, if not hundreds, of beneficial insects and other animals that naturally keep insect pests in balance just by living out their life cycles. The natural world, it's bigger than us, and oftentimes more complicated than we can conceive. It's also much stronger than us in all of its processes, from soil building, oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange, the water cycle, and soil protection are all going to happen whether we work with them or not. So we may as well consciously work with them and even foster them. Plus, when we do, everything seems to benefit. And we use them in our gardens and farms, they give back to us tenfold, which to me is just a much wiser approach to living and getting the food we need to survive on this amazing place we call home, that inarguably is responsible for providing both our daily breath and daily bread. This premise has us look at growth and health from our plants' perspective. What do they really want? What do they really need? This is the same big picture that leads us to our 3 or 4 biggest secrets and 2 or 3 next biggest secrets, and that you'll see inform all of the main ideas from this channel. And cover crops are just one great example of it. They help us provide and maintain the fertility, soil moisture, air pores, and looseness that most of our garden plants really need for optimum growth and health. And they're a great demonstration of this concept of looking at nature. Any bare soil is going to end up covered in, we would call them weeds, for the exact same reasons we grow cover crops. Because just like a seed wants to grow, soil wants to be covered in plants. It's just natural. Just like plants evolved, parts of ecosystems evolved. And soil that was bare is long since eroded away. That soil evolved to have plants on it. So let it be covered in plants. But instead of growing weeds, why not grow something that really benefits both our gardens and farm fields? That's the kind of concept we're trying to foster on this channel. That's the kind of wisdom and secrets we're trying to pass on. Instead of working so hard against nature, we work with it. To do that, all we need to do is observe and follow its example. We take plays from its playbook, and it makes our lives so much easier, because the most beautiful part about it is when you use its plays, every intricate part of it, from the microscopic bacterial, actinomycetes, fungi, protozoa, and nematodes in soil, just about every single plant and animal that lives on it, works with you to create growth and health. In fact, they're the ones who do the vast majority of the work. Every day I look up at the garden, I see cover crops doing their job in building soil. All I had to do was walk around and sprinkle some seeds at the right time. Just like I see all the beneficial insects and other animals patrolling the garden night and day to keep the insect pests not annihilated, because then those same beneficial animals wouldn't have anything to eat. It's the same way I look up and I see the garden plants growing bigger and stronger every day, doing the real work of growing the food that we'll eat. And all I have to do is check in now and then. Make sure that everything's going okay. See if anyone needs a little help, a little bit of boost to help them do their job. It's a hell of a system. And it's also one that's taught me how to live together with all the rest of existence instead of against it, and how to give back long before I become soil that feeds something else. Those are 2 things I never thought I'd be able to do. And I wouldn't trade them for anything. Well, that's it for this episode. For more information on the 20 reasons that emanate from this bigger picture, check out our previous episodes on how cover crops can help with nutrients, air and water, weed disease and pest control, increasing the production of our main crops, our peace of mind, and our pocketbooks. And stay tuned for more upcoming episodes on similar topics. And until next time, stay open to growing. You can find more on this topic and others on my website. I'll leave a link in the description below. Like this video if you liked it. Likes really help us out. Leave a question or comment below. I personally answer each one. And subscribe to get all of our future videos. And if social media is your jam, feel free to follow us on Twitter and Instagram for more green thumb gardening secrets, tricks, and tips. Just the tips. They have really no insect damage. We've put nothing on them.